Okay, these are some tiny, adorable little quail chicks, Japanese or coturnix quail, and as you can see they are white with tiny specks, mostly on the back of their heads, and some of them have got them on their backs. I was incredibly lucky with this hatch. We had 12 eggs and 10 of them hatched out on Tuesday night, Wednesday during the daytime. One of the 2 remaining ones, as I picked up the egg to throw it away, a little beak poked out, and with a little bit of assistance he hatched out as well, so he or she. So that one's in there as well. It took a little while to get out on his own, but he was fine in the end. And here they are, 11 out of 12, which is just absolutely amazing hatch rate. It's Friday now, they've hatched out on sort of Wednesday during the daytime, most of them. So they are only a few days old, and they're already, I swear, they're twice the size that they were. Look at his fat little belly. Oh, so cute. So you can see on a few of them, you might just be able to see, if I get in a bit closer, where I've got to be ever so careful because they do jump already, where some of their wing feathers are just coming through. Hello. Just about see on some of them. Their wing feathers, you've just got those tiny pins, you can see on this one in the front here. Those tiny little pins just coming through. It is amazing how quickly these guys grow. My last batch are just coming up to, I think, 8 weeks old, and they are already laying eggs. I've already had about 3 dozen eggs out of them. So these guys grow so quickly. So I don't know where I'm going to put them all. There are my 11, not quite a dozen coturnix quail chicks. I'm just going to give them a little bit more food because they've managed to scatter it everywhere. Of course, they are very messy feeders. Let's just hold that up. They're just on the starter chick crumb at the moment. Let's pop some of that in there. There you go, that's plenty for now. You can have some more tomorrow. Now, I think they probably managed to eat about half of it and scatter half of it around, because as I say, they are very messy eaters, aren't you? But you're just adorable, so I'm going to forgive you. Look at that. They got the hang of the nipple drinker very quickly as well, this lot. They didn't take much showing. I've already had to put it up on a book because they are growing that fast and they like to drink with a straight neck. They don't quite manage it without. Hello. Oh, he's so adorable. That one there with no markings on it at all, the one at the very back there. This one here, where are you? There, right at the very back. That was the one that I had to help out of the egg. And I can tell it's him, she, it, because he's got no markings on him whatsoever. He's the only one that doesn't have even a tiny bit of brown on him. So there are my second batch of quail. I'm hopefully going to have a couple more updates on these guys, because honestly you blink and they are adult size, and that's exactly what happened with the last lot. I plan to do weekly updates. I showed them, showed them 1 week, and then the next week, and then the week later they look like adult quail. So these guys, I'm going to try and take a few more videos. It's so easy just to get all wrapped up in how adorable they are and not take any photos. Yeah, I see you. Look at those fat little crops. Oh, this big bulging crop of food. Who's a fat little sod? That's probably why they're so big. It's just a full belly. They haven't grown at all. They're just stuffing their faces. I see you. I see you. See, there they are. Honestly, once one of them works out how to use that thing, they all learn. They just watch each other. They are the most inquisitive little things. And as soon as you put food down, you don't even need to teach them how to go for food. They know full well what food is. But the nipple drinker, they just take a couple of days to get really confident with it. And you can see it is almost too short for them now. So tomorrow I'm going to have to put another book on there. And it amused me to put a Canary Island book under there because they look like baby canaries. I know, I'm so easily pleased. But there they are. This tiny little hamster cage thing is only going to last them a very short amount of time. I think as soon as they get to a week old, they will probably move on because they won't be able to turn around soon. Look at you. So adorable. Anyway, I shall try and do another video with the adults just to show you how well they have grown because they are, well, they're adults. And the poor females are already getting badgered so much that the back of their heads are bare. They look like little monks from where the males have been rather amorous. So I think the males will have to be separated out at some point very soon. A bit sooner than I thought they would need to be. Look at that. Oh, I'm so thrilled. I'm so thrilled. So adorable. I almost didn't get the white ones. I thought, I quite like the, you know, the normal colours. I quite like all the subtle browns and the white pinstriping that they have on them. But I am chuffed to bits with these. They're so yellow. They look like tiny, tiny little chicken chicks. They are just the cutest little thing. Well, you can see. Look at you. And they're so loud. Oh, they really are so loud. Look at you. You're going to be a little terror, aren't you? No idea what the genders are. No idea how to sex them at this early age. I don't think you really can. Supposedly you can click your fingers and the males will stand up and the females will sort of crouch down. But, hello. Hello. But I don't really know, and I don't really care at this point. Around about the 4th or 5th week, they'll start calling if they're male. And given these tiny variations, see that one's got quite a saddle on his back, and not much on the back of his head, so these little variations in their colouring, and actually should be able to tell them apart quite easily. So, you know, once they start crowing, I can notice which one's a male and which one's a female. And failing that, when they get to about 4 weeks old, I'll probably put leg rings on them, different colours. I've only got 10 different colours of leg rings though, so that might be interesting. We'll have to double up on some of them. But yeah, I'm sure, or I suppose one without a leg ring, but then if one loses a leg ring, I'm thinking out loud. Oh, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Won't we, darlings? Don't climb up on there. They really do like to climb and get into everything. And they're already starting to jump, which is another reason why at a week old I'm going to get rid of this cage, put them into something bigger because they will be hitting the ceiling. They can already jump half the height. Oh, so those are my tiny, tiny babies. They're so adorable, and yet they're so independent from a young age. You have to keep reminding yourself that they're so young. Okay. Oh, I could watch these guys all day. I might try and do a cleaning out video. It's really simple. I've got them on some corrugated card, so they've got a fair bit of grip. They can stand up nice and tall, as you can see. Well done there. It's my glamorous assistant over there. And their food doesn't get kicked around too much because it kind of gets trapped in the grooves. But they do produce an awful lot of poop. So I don't really want the poop to sort of overwhelm them too much, because it does have a tendency to get caked onto their toes. And at this young age they're growing so quickly that if they get a bit of poop trapped around their toe, then it can actually restrict growth. So at some point I'm going to have to inspect all of their feet and make sure that they don't have little bits of poop on them. And you can see there's just some tiny, tiny bits of poop, usually on their claw. They get a little bit of poop on their claw, which isn't so much of a problem, but if it covers the skin in any area, then it can restrict growth and cause a problem. So, and I don't really want to be soaking them at this young age when they don't really have their adult feathers. But it might be required. Oh, you're so messy. You're so cute, but you're so messy. Right. That's good night from me. And good night from them. I think they might need another one of those.